Let me tell you the story of Bum Bhola and the dwarf. Chotu, who was not over a meter tall, was so called because he was small. He could put the best of archers to shame, for the arrows he shot never missed their aim. He also handled the sword very well. How he learnt all this, no one could tell. He wanted to join the army. To the captain he went. The captain, staring down his nose, said,
Sorry, your legs are too bent.
Then he went to the palace to be a sentry. But the guard rudely denied him entry. He was walking back home, feeling very sad, when he saw before him a rather huge lad, squatting on the floor, weaving baskets of cane, listening to his master scold and complain. Chotu went to him and whispered in his ear,
Would you like to be a soldier, my dear?
The man looked up, and to Chotu he said,
I will do any work to earn my bread.
After thinking a while, he said something more.
In a day, I can weave baskets just 4.
You don't need to weave any baskets at all. You will fight wars at the king's call.
The huge lad was shocked beyond words.
I don't know a thing about arrows and swords. I'm better off here. I don't need anything more. After all, in a day, I can weave baskets 4.
Chotu said,
Don't worry, my friend. I will fight all the wars from beginning to end. See this sword and bows and arrows too. I am a warrior through and through. But you must act as if you can fight. You will be taken in the army because of your height.
Together they went to the palace gate, where for long they didn't have to wait. Everyone was so impressed with the tall lad, they took him as a soldier who could kill a cat. He would get 50 rupees and a house to stay in too. His name was Bhola, but all called him Bholu. Chotu and Bholu were best friends, everyone thought. They made a strange pair, one so tall and the other so short. One day, a few villagers rushed to the king.
Sire! Sire!
A sad news we do bring.
A man-eater is causing havoc in our village.
The headman has sent us with this message.
The king said,
Don't worry even a little bit. Brave Bholu will go and fight with it.
Bhola was scared beyond compare. He said to Chotu,
Let's run away from here. I can't handle all this blood and gore. I'll go back to weave in a day baskets 4.
Don't worry, Bholu. I have worked out a great plan for you.
Bhola heard the plan and sighed with relief. He left that day to meet the village chief. He went to the chief and said,
I am here. Just draw the tiger out from his lair. To fight with a man-eater is no big deal. I have made countless tigers squirm and squeal.
By beating the drums, the beast was drawn out. The entire village had gathered to see the bout. The tiger roared and leapt on a child. Such a cowardly act! The crowd went wild. They came forward and attacked him with sticks. They pelted stones at him, and his end was quick. Bhola emerged with a coil of rope in his arm.
I hope the tiger has come to no harm. I'll tie him up and take him to the king. He had told me only a live tiger must I bring.
Then, looking at the dead beast, he cried,
Oh no! You have killed him? He has died.
Out of fright, the villagers remained mum.
We are very sorry.
The headman said, looking very glum.
Sir, would you do me a favor? Very kind. Please. Please don't tell the king we killed it.
He whined. Bhola, who had another trick up his sleeve, quickly from the villagers took his leave. He went straight to the king and said,
Sire, with bare hands I strangled the tiger dead. To kill him, I used neither arrows nor a sword.
The king happily gave him a generous reward. He would call Bhola to the court once in a while. This made Bhola proud and full of guile. He began ignoring Chotu, his old friend too, till one day he had to run back to Chotu. That day, a bad news the messengers did bring. Their kingdom had been attacked by another king. Bhola was sent for and was given the orders.
At the battlefield, you must lead the others.
Stricken with panic, Bhola ran to Chotu and said,
Please, Chotu, please find a solution for this too.
Bhola had realized his folly and said he was sorry. Chotu broadly smiled and asked him not to worry.
I will sit with you and shoot arrows at the enemy. It will make them too scared to fight with our army.
When Bhola rode into the battlefield atop an elephant, he was so scared he dropped the bow from his hand. Chotu scolded him, but it was all in vain. Before the enemy's army chief, Bhola looked plain. Bhola said, trying to get off the elephant,
Their chief looks like a monster giant. I will not come back here anymore. I am going to weave in a day baskets 4.
Around Bhola's feet, Chotu tied a rope tight and to fight the enemy, gathered all his might. He shot at a bearer of the army chief's palanquin, who lost his balance and fell amidst great din. Just as the palanquin bearer crashed to the ground, so did the army chief, causing a loud sound. As another arrow flew out of Chotu's bow, it hit the enemy king's elephant on the toe. Before the enemy king knew what went wrong, Chotu flung at him a lasso very strong. The king was caught and fell heavily to the ground. And this caused confusion all around. Thus did Chotu win a great victory for his king All that he used were 2 arrows and a string. After returning to his capital, the king called Chotu. He gave him farmlands and a palatial house too. He made Chotu a captain in the armed forces and made Bholu a steward of the horses.